This is Allison Hunt, and I'm reading you my fourth novel, Starset 158. Chapter 7, Tree Jumping. AK had gone rogue, and Jeremy had been taken away. "What's happening?" Lily asked Alejandrin. "I'm sorry, everything that you loved is gone." "What are you talking about?" "I have bad news, Lily," Alejandrin said. "There are still robots after you out there. You're never going to see Fan again, and you have to accept that. They will kill you both next time." "I was starting to accept it, and you assholes took Jeremy too." "I'm not really sure why they did, but I bet he got caught using technology he wasn't supposed to have. At least know he did all of that to keep you here with us." "I can't explain how losing Jeremy makes me feel." Lily cried and hugged Alejandrin. "I found out what you are, and it's going to make everything worse for you. You are an Egyptian queen, full blood. You are the only bloodline left of the gods that came down in the time of ancient Egypt. You are an orphan of a superior race. In some strange way, you are the queen of all ETs." "How can that be? My parents are human." "Maybe they weren't. There's only you left of that race, and they still all want you, even more now. Why can't you just let me see him?" "That was not in the agreement he made, and they will even kill you next time. You are a very rare type, and not the human type." Just then they heard explosions. "We have to leave." Alejandrin swung her into the elevator violently and punched in a code. He pulled out a black rectangle, and it transformed into a gun. "I will protect you," the Antonon said in English. He fought the incoming lasers and was excellent at blocking the shots. "I will protect you," the Antonon said in English. He fought the incoming lasers and was excellent at blocking them. Almost half of them bounced back by ricochet shots. Alejandrin threw smoke shields, and him and Lily ran towards the hologram room. They ran inside. She took the key and hid them inside of the woods. He came into the room, and Lily grabbed his arm. "Come on, Alejandrin." They began to run off somewhere to hide. "We need to find a high place or climb a tall tree." On the outside of the hologram room, the robot with a new cyborg arm that was not covered in fake skin was picking the locks, and every Antonon that came to question him was shot, one after the other, leaving a pile of bodies in the hall. Alejandrin and Lily climbed slowly up a large tree. He had these 4 wands that would latch onto the tree as a step, but since he only had 4 of them, it took them a very long time to rotate them between the 2 of them and climb the tree. Alejandrin was reaching up to reposition the next one for Lily, but he slipped and barely caught himself. He caught Lily, but the wand fell. "Fatat!" Alejandrin screamed as he watched the wand fall down. He yelled and held still. Lily laughed. "It's not funny," he screamed. "I know, but you're angry. You're sexy when you're mad, and you're never mad." He stopped and smiled and swiftly kissed Lily's lips. She smiled, and they continued climbing. They found a nice split towards the treetops, and Alejandrin took out some netting, and they carefully made a web to hold them. They lay on it together. "Now what do? We wait. We prepare." "I'm so hungry. I have a few wafers on me." He went to pull them out, but the tree grew before them and rapidly blossomed apples. They smiled. He put the wafers away. They ate and rested. "Why won't all of you just let me see Fan? I tried talking to the Antonon. They just want to complete their experiments for their studies. But if we join you, it messes up all of their plans. Maybe stories can change." "They are afraid of him. He's unpredictable, like you are. And he wants to see you just as badly, Lily. They put him through the dream trials. I don't think that's such a good idea, but they won't listen to me. They really cherish their emotional studies and any chance to feel emotions." "What about you?" "I have my own now. You gave them to me. You made me feel my own things. I think it's dangerous to do that to him." "How so?" "Lily, he saw World War III. He was captured from 158. They made him into a very dangerous soldier. He was in it all of the way, and you can't comprehend such a thing. They will give him nightmares where he never gets you, and even worse ones than that. So? He's dangerous, and you don't want to do that to an already dangerous man. You happen to be what he wants the most, and they know that without testing him. Then why don't you ask them to help us? I can't. They don't know I'm here. They fell asleep, but Lily jolted when a beeping went off in his pocket. One just got inside. I have a tracker on you just in case they get you. I can follow. Will they find us in all of this? Yes, infrared. I just wish there were some animals in here that give off body heat. That would distract them a while from looking up. Looking up would be the last thing they would do if they had something else to chase. It took a while for the robot with his newly synthetic arm to find them. He started a laser beam to cut the trees, but the tree was way too large and too thick. His claw changed and it reshaped, and a hook came out of it and pulled him up the tree. He zipped up but stopped and had to shoot the hook again. He pulled up and began shooting at them. Lily screamed. Alejandro gave her half a body shield and activated it. It only covers the front of you. If you turn around on the laser beams, you will get shot. I don't know if you can do it, but you must. Just keep looking at all the shots that are coming at you. Stare them down, every one of them. Okay. The robot got closer and closer, shooting at them. Alejandro shot back at them, but they climbed the tree higher. The robot locked in on Lily and blasted multiple layers of lasers at her. She screamed but held the shield in her arms, and her arms shook with the blasts. She took them and never turned around. Alejandro wrapped an arm around her and blasted the robot, who took several hits. He slipped down the rope a ways. "Jump with me," she said. "No way, Lily will die. The impact will kill us. Even though it's fake, it's solid. I can fly, I'll show you. You did fly a lot in your dreams." "We are in my dreams, and we can do whatever we want." "I don't think that's such a good idea." "This isn't such a good idea either," she screamed as the robot shot at them and they jumped over the trees. "You changed the dream and the nightmare. I don't know how to kill the robot." "Yes, you do. Water, melt them or fry them." "Yes, let's try," she said, and the entire scenery changed in mid-program and Alejandro yelled, "It's okay." They landed softly, upright, feet first, near a swimming pool. There seemed to be an event going on. He looked at Lily, who wore a beautiful dress. He smiled. He was wearing completely different clothes. He touched them. He was aroused by Lily's dress. Just then, a human-looking robot with a synthetic arm fell from the sky and landed in the pool, making a huge splash. The water filled with lightning bolts and electrocuted the robot. It made loud sounds. The band stopped playing, and all of the people ran away in all directions. Lily laughed. Alejandro was in disbelief, and then he laughed too. This was the night he proposed to me, but we never had a chance to marry because World War III started on one of our ships, and we were separated for 26 years. How come I can't ever bring Fan into my dreams? I think about him, but he never shows. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a longing, passionate hope of yours, and maybe it's being held back from you on purpose. Yeah, and all you jerk-offs are keeping us apart. It's gonna make you keep loving and fighting for him. You're gonna die trying. You bet I am. I know a way to do it. You never saw World War III, the war both Van and I fought together. We saw the death. We saved the Asians. That's why they do what we say. I'm still not sure what the Antonon want of you both. I know a way. Trust me. I can fly. Alejandro smiled, but Jeremy busted in. "End program," he said, and then nothing was inside of the gray square except for them and the robot who lay lifeless. Jeremy went over to look at it. He crouched down and touched it. Lily ran to him and hugged him. "What happened to AK?" "He's missing. No one can find him." "I thought you had a new job. They sent me back to protect you." Jeremy looked at the robot. His first thought was on how to fix it, but he was good at that shit, so that kind of thing interested him. "That shouldn't have killed it," he said. "It did." No, it shouldn't have. The hologram is electric, but even fake water is not H2O, it's electricity. That shouldn't have killed the robot, nor the impact either, but it was electrocuted. Jeremy insisted, and Lily laughed. I fried his ass with my mind. I just made you a new room, but I warn you, the others are coming for you, and you're so special you will never get to come back. You will never see Fan again, Lily. I'm so sorry. Alejandro glanced at him. Jeremy, did you know that Lily dreams of making love to you all of the time? No. She does, all of the time. I helped her with her dream trials, and she truly wants you in many ways that she has never once wanted me. Alejandro screamed at him. She dreams about you and never me, and I hate you for that. I hate you because she loves you and wants every piece of you, and you're too stupid to figure it out. Lily cried suddenly because what he was saying was true. All of this time you could have been protecting her, and it was never you protecting her, never you. I almost died several times for her, and you never say a damn word about how you feel about her. Nothing. She lusts for you, and I hate you for it, Haffy. I wish she wanted me like that. Alejandro screamed at him. I still don't understand how the robot died, Jeremy said, and Alejandro pulled his weapon and blasted Jeremy. Lily screamed and fell down to Jeremy, who just happened to be a robot underneath his flesh. Don't tread on me. They gave Fan a dream in which he got to marry his Lily, but suddenly a spaceship came down and blasted the wedding apart. He watched in horror as the alien race beamed her aboard and took her away. He watched as they put her through many experiments, and the entire time all she ever did was ask for him. He watched as they bred her, and he saw her children, none of which belonged to him. He watched them age and grow children of their own. Lily was a prisoner until death. Dream 2. He saw this other man who was very pale. He watched their wedding that happened later and was helpless to do anything to stop it. He watched them live in the Happy City and have 2 children. Lily seemed happy, like she truly believed he was dead. He was given a warning by the Antonon not to break their agreement. He didn't listen, and he took Lily and they fled, but they were captured and split apart again. The Antonon brought him back to his home. The Antonon brought him back home, but when Singh answered the door, the Antonon kicked it all of the way open, and in front of him they murdered his family. We warned you not to do that. Dream 4. They replayed his memories of the crash of Starset. Their ship was hit several times, and he had to take control and land the shuttle. Most of the crew died when it landed, and they camped out there for a few days. The rest stayed by the ship until one day they were ambushed from the sky by helicopters and government flying saucers. They were all taken prisoner by the very team they betrayed. They were interrogated and tortured. They were starved. They were starved and beaten. They were forced to watch World War III on a large screen as they poisoned, gassed, murdered, and used nuclear weapons on the people, all for a plan that had been set many years ago. Fan witnessed the deaths of each of his crew. He was the last one left, almost like they were saving him for dessert. He lay on his back on the cold pavement floor, sore and starved and on the brink of madness. He looked up at the ceiling and Lily appeared to him. He reached his arm up towards his true love's face, the face he loved so much. Fan woke up in mid-process. He remained perfectly still as he looked around the room with one eye and then closed his lids again. He jumped up and started screaming. The Antonon came to him, and one had a needle in his hand. No, I'm fine. I just want a glass of water. He stayed very still, and they brought him one, but he grabbed the man's arm and punched him in the face, and he fell down. The next one approached him and didn't swing. Neither Antonon knew how to fight because they never had emotions to make them angry enough to attack each other. So Fan kicked all of their asses. Weapons, he said in Antonon, and they passed them over to him. Give me a Zale 370 assault rifle. Negative, they answered. Fan touched his watch and pressed a button, and a screaming buzzed in their heads that replicated Oxlar frequency, and the rest of them fell to their knees. Get me the gun or I really make this hurt. They swiftly left and returned with the gun. They gave it to him, and he turned the frequency down. He smiled a beautiful smile and hugged the gun close to him. like they were old friends. "You're going to get me a ride out of here, and I just wanted to say, game over," he said, and he blew up the dream machine. "How did you know he was a robot?" Lily asked Alejandrin. "I tried to piss him off. He didn't respond to my anger or what I said about you at all. Jeremy's very tender, and he would have reacted. No emotional response." "Where am I?" she said when she woke up later. "You're in Menaki. We are studying you." "Everyone is studying me. What happened to Jeremy?" "We do not know. I want Jeremy back." "We know, but that is not a part of our mission."